Good morning. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Daily Dose. Mark Avens here, your bulletproof Christian fitness mentor. I'm going to be sharing with you this morning how to wear your breakfast with pride without wearing your breakfast. Good morning to you. We'll see who's jumping on. Grab your coffee, come join me. If you're catching this live, chances are, if you're not on here yet, you're going to catch this on the replay. So if you're catching this live or replay, just hashtag so I know when you're watching and so I can come back in. Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Wearing breakfast, right? So first I'm going to share with you, is kind of interesting. As I was getting ready, I was running a little behind, and I usually have like a shake, or I'll have something small. I don't do like a big breakfast. I don't like make a bunch of eggs. It's just something, I've done it in the past. In the wintertime, I don't know why. I have my coffee and I have some water, and I may have a piece of fruit or like a protein bar or something like that. But this morning I was just feeling, it was a little colder, and actually my daughter before school made some breakfast and it smelled good. So I decided to make it. And I'm going to share with you this morning on today's Daily Dose. It gave me the inspiration, and not so much the breakfast part, but what happened to breakfast. And if you struggle with wearing your breakfast, let me just share with you that I know the struggle is completely real. The struggle is real. Hey, welcome. Let me know you're here. Click on, let me know who's looking. I see the little eyeball. So when you're on, be participatory, right? Is that the word? Be participatory? Engage. That's what it's called, engagement. So listen, I'm going to share with you that I did wear my breakfast this morning, and this is what happened. Let me see if I tilt it down. I literally wore all the way down my shirt. I wore my breakfast. But that's not what I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to share with you what I had for breakfast too, because I'm going to share with you in this episode of the Daily Dose how you can wear your breakfast with pride and at the same time maybe avoid wearing your breakfast, right? If that makes sense. So let me just show you what I had. This was my breakfast. And again, you're like, oh my gosh, what was it? Not like a vegetable omelet and all this, fancy stuff. I'm being real with you here. I don't even usually do breakfast, but I had these Vans protein power grains that has, I forget how much protein in it. So I think I had said 10 grams. Oh yeah, 10 grams of plant-based protein, 11 whole grains. Look at this. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, look, I had some syrup, some maple syrup here. But I want to share with you, see that it's sugar-free. And again, I don't do this all the time. We have this in the house. Obviously, you know that maple syrup has tons of regular maple syrup. We have some strawberries, although they're looking like it's time to put in the freezer. They were cut up, and when they start to get a little dried out, we put them in the freezer and mix them in shakes. So that's what I had. Just being upfront and real with you here. So back to wearing my breakfast. Literally, I sat down and I was getting ready for the Daily Dose, and I had what I wanted to talk about to you. And it wasn't even this. It wasn't about wearing your breakfast. It literally was completely different. It was Thursday throwback. I was feeling nostalgic. We took a trip a few years ago. If you didn't see that, I posted a video earlier today about our trip to New York. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. And it was snow. It was beautiful. Central Park, just an amazing place at that time of year. And it was reminiscent. So I was ready to do that. And then I'm getting ready to eat. And I sit down and I take a bite. And the syrup goes all over me. So why am I sharing with that? And why are you talking about your breakfast? And like, how is that going to be helpful to me? Well, I want to share with you how it's helpful to you. Now, wearing your breakfast. Let's talk about not just wearing it by spilling syrup all over yourself, but actually wearing your breakfast. Literally, like at the end of the day, when it comes down to this pursuit to being healthy and fit, you're wearing what you eat. I mean, at the end of the day, a fact's a fact. You're wearing what you eat. And I'm not talking about on your clothes, I'm talking about inside. So when you're doing breakfast, hey, you know what? Like I said, am I asking you to only eat, vegetables, and that you can only have eggs for breakfast, or you can't have any carbohydrates, or you can't have any artificial? I think the hard thing is we get so caught up in the restrictiveness. Again, and unless you're like a bodybuilder or a figure competitor or trying to get that chiseled six-pack, of course you're going to have to dial in your nutrition more so than the average person. But if you're just trying to lose some weight, if you're just trying to get back on a healthier path, and maybe it is wintertime, maybe it is cold, maybe you do want to have some waffles, maybe you do want to have a little bit of that kind of taste back when you were a kid. Remember when you were a kid and you'd have the maple syrup and you'd pour some more And then you'd pour some more and you'd like forget all the fruit. Like we have fruit. No, we wouldn't put fruit. You'd put like powdered sugar on top of that. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning to you. And you put the powdered sugar on, then you'd have some more maple syrup on there. And it's like, 1,000 grams of sugar. So I want to share with you how not to wear. Now, if you're wearing your breakfast, wear it with pride like I did this morning. But if you want to avoid literally wearing, in other words, the repercussions of the food choices you make, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, is going to end up being on you. You're going to wear it on your body, not on your shirt, but literally it's going to stay on your body. So look, the protein, Vans protein, I don't know, my wife got these, my kids, I don't even eat these, but I was just in the mood for it. 200 calories for 2 waffles. It has 7 grams of fat, 26 carbs. I'll work them off. 10 grams of protein. Not too worried about that. Fiber, 1 gram of fiber, only 6 grams of sugar, okay? So in the log cabin here syrup, this is a sugar-free syrup. Yes, there's some artificial sweetener, but I'm not like guzzling. I put a little bit on there. And it all went on my shirt, so I really avoided the artificial sweeteners. Here, 10 calories, 0. So it's about 210. And then I had a few strawberries. Then I added some strawberries. 250 calories. It's actually not enough for me, so I'll probably have a protein shake in like mid-morning because I need more in my body. Now, do you even know what you should be eating, how much you should be eating? Do you have any idea? Do you track your food? Do you measure? Do you look at how many calories you're taking in? A lot of times people are just so quick to jump on a bandwagon of diets. New year, new year, new you. And you're so quick to jumping on the next best, greatest diet, quick fix, whatever that be. We don't need to go list them off because it'd take me too much time to discuss and to rattle off all the new ones. And there's probably a dozen more for this year. But at the end of the day, if you're not even tracking what you're eating in the first place, if you don't have any idea, so read labels. It's okay. That's why they put them on the back there. It's okay to read the labels. Look at what's in the stuff you're getting. Now, again, am I religious on saying, hey, yes, you should be eating whole, healthy foods? I put some strawberries in there, right? And then on here, like on this, there's different options. If you're going to go get a packaged frozen waffles, make sure it has at least some decent balance, a little bit of protein, maybe some fiber in there. Again, that's what you should look for. So what you can do is be cautious because you can certainly do the syrup thing and throw down, an extra 200 calories just in syrup alone and all the extra sugar. And guess what happens to all that sugar, right? All that sugar ends up getting stored on your body if you're not using it. So just a little quick tip, more or less, more health and fitness this morning and breakfast. I'd love to know what you had for breakfast. In fact, I would love for you to share. Share down below. You can type it in. You can put in a GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it. Put a picture of what you had for breakfast. If you want to share maybe a healthy recipe, I'd invite you to share that in there. And then if you found this valuable, again, this is to be of value. The reason why I come on here, not to hear myself speak, is because I know a lot of people just don't even know how to do breakfast. They not just wear by putting syrup on, they wear their breakfast because they have no idea what they should be eating, how much. Sometimes I hear even people, Mark, I just don't even eat breakfast. I skip breakfast altogether. And then what happens is it go till like lunchtime and you're starving, and then you end up taking more than just for lunch. You take in probably 2-3 times the amount of calories because you're starving. Or then you end up getting headaches, you end up, dehydrating because you're not drinking water at all during the day, all those types of things, right? So do yourself a favor so you can avoid wearing your breakfast. It's okay to wear a little bit of breakfast here, but to avoid wearing your breakfast is to just have some mindfulness of that. Again, if you want to have a little bit of syrup every once in a while, have the regular syrup, that's fine. If you want to have it with a little artificial sweetener, and again, the sugar-free, no big deal, right? If you're trying to cut back on calories, there's some good ways to do it. If you need the guidance and help, guess what? That's what I do. This is part of what I do as a coach. I help people on the right path. I know a lot of people are just thinking, hey, it's Christmas time. Let me just get through the holidays, right? Wait till the new year like I did the last year and the year before that. And how did that fare for you? If it fared well, awesome. You probably don't even need to be following me for the messages. If you're thinking, Mark, but you're motivational. Like I hear this a ton. I get a lot of messages. Mark, you're very motivational, inspiring. But you know what? It's funny is that honestly, if it was only as much as it took motivation, look, if getting healthy and losing weight and getting in shape were only required to have motivation to do it, I would be out of a job. Like the good news for me, because it's my livelihood, is it takes much more than motivation. It takes much more than be inspired. It actually takes taking action. It also takes having a plan and understanding how to track, how to make it a part of your lifestyle, and really, at the end of the day, how to make it easy, how to make it simple. Like, I know there's too many guru nutritionists and diets and not even diet, nutritionists and trainers and coaches that are so hardcore and they turn people off. Can you get results going hardcore? Probably. Is it something that you're going to be wanting to do the rest of your life? No. Well, Mark, I just need to lose the weight and then I'll be good on my own. I'll be good to go. That's honestly not the way it works. You're good to go when you build the habits and the structure in your life so that it becomes part of your life. Then you're good to go and you realize that this is a lifelong process. So again, will I have log cabin syrup with sugar-free syrup or log cabin syrup that's sugar-free every single day? No. Every once in a while, sure. Will I even have real maple syrup if I go out? Sure. But it isn't something that is a regular part of a habit that I do. What's your habit? I'd love to hear. Breakfast, put it down in the chat below. And I hope you're having an amazing, blessed week. Yes, holidays are here around the corner. New Year's, new you, right? All that good stuff. Break out that list of resolutions or get on a call with me. We can see if we're a good fit to work together. At the end of the year, we're going to be posting it soon. I have something crazy we're doing. It's a blowout. I know I did something back in Black Friday, and we're even stepping it up above and beyond. Why? Because I want to help more people, and I know people need the help. People are actually wanting help, but sometimes it's just hard to pull that trigger, hard to say, I got a lot going on right now. I'm doing a lot of investing in stocks and Bitcoins and my house and a car and my kids' tuition and all. I totally get that. I totally get it. I'm a parent. I do the same thing. Like, I'm in that season of life, right? You're thinking of the other things, but I would say is the number one investment to make all those other things better is not investing in wearing your food, but actually investing in yourself and your personal health, right? That's all I have for this morning. Hope you have a great, blessed day. Reach out to me. You can send me a private message if you'd like. Just say, hey, Mark, saw your live. Thought it was cool. Let's get on a call. It'd be awesome. Talk to you soon. Take care. Have a blessed one. We'll see you.